A woman gave birth to a peculiar child. Within a day, he had already learned to speak. He even directly called out his name, Rowan. Rowan initially believed that his special abilities were influencing the child, but he didn't expect that just 3 days later, the boy began to grow rapidly. Soon, he looked like a 5 or 6-year-old child. Additionally, he had a huge appetite, and a particularly bad temper. But after all, he was his own child. Rowan could only be patient and accommodate him. But while he was busy with household chores, the ghost in the house suddenly appeared. It claimed to have sensed an evil force. The ghost gave Rowan a piece of advice. In truth, Rowan already understood. This child might be from the witch's archenemy, Rochelle. Though she hadn't been pregnant for 10 months, the child had also been born from her body. To determine how much of Rochelle's soul remained, he used his abilities on the boy for the first time. But the result was normal. The boy's body was no different from that of an ordinary person. Rowan recorded this situation, but drew a question mark next to the word human at the end. Suddenly, the boy's screams echoed from the bathroom and bedroom. He immediately unleashed his maternal instincts, using his abilities to open the door. But to his surprise, the boy had grown a little taller. The clothes had only been bought a few days ago. He would have to drive out and buy more. But as time passed, while the boy was growing taller, his mind was also developing. At 15 or 16, he was in his rebellious phase. He had found a doll toy in the basement. Seeing this, Rowan was immediately terrified. Because the demon Rachel had once possessed this doll, he tried to take the doll, but the boy suddenly pushed him away. In his panic, Rowan unconsciously activated his ability. Seeing the bloodstains on the ground, Rowan immediately realized he had made a mistake. But he had no experience in disciplining a mischievous child, so he temporarily handed him over to the elders in the family to take care of. He then went to the hospital where he worked, and sent the glass with the boy's bloodstains for testing. He wanted to see if there was anything abnormal inside. But while waiting for the test results, a little girl in one of the wards caught his attention. The little girl knew she had a terminal illness, but she was so considerate that she didn't want to make her mother cry. This was in stark contrast to the rebellious child at home. He softened his heart for a moment. He used his ability to cure the little girl's terminal illness, but this treatment was very exhausting. Just as Rowan collapsed into a chair and fell asleep, the boy had grown several years older, becoming a teenager of 17 or 18. When Rowan returned home after resting, he was so surprised he didn't know what to do. He had intended to give the boy a hug, but the boy suddenly kissed him instead.